This evening, we are graced by the presence of our guest of honor, Ms. Sabanitha Shanmugasundaram. Ms. Sabanitha Shanmugasundaram oversees MediaCorp's content commissioning, commercial partnerships, and Indian community engagement. She leads the customer group's efforts in developing effective programming and content integration strategies across its multiple platforms. Ms. Sabanitha brings with her 25 years of experience and expertise in the entertainment industry in Asia across marketing communications, programming, channel management, and media distribution. Prior to joining MediaCorp, Ms. Sabanitha was a media consultant providing consulting services on business transformation, product development, and strategic value creation for media and broadcast networks in Asia. She started her career as a journalist in the UK and progressed to take on media and brand management roles in broadcast operations, content creation, and network programming for several networks in the UK before moving across to Asia.
Ms. Sabanitha is also a Bharatanatyam artist trained by Srimati Neela Satyalingam, founder of Apsara's Arts Singapore. Under the auspices of Neela Satyalingam, she was fortunate to have received further training from the great exponents including Dr. Padma Subramaniam, Krishnaveni Lakshman, Adayar K. Lakshmanan, the Dhananjayans, and Leela Sampson, to name a few. She has been performing on a regular basis in Singapore and globally and went on to establish Apsara's Arts UK in 1992, teaching and curating new works in London. She continued to perform at major venues in Singapore and internationally upon her return to Singapore in 2006.
Beyond performing, Ms. Sabanitha also went on to focus on presentation of new works in Singapore and Sri Lanka at venues such as the Esplanade, Theatres by the Bay, and the Lionel Wendt Theatre, respectively. These works were theme-based productions in collaboration with eminent artists Savita Shastri, Shijit Krishna, and Dr. Arundhati Sri Ranganathan, with a focus on pushing the boundaries of Indian dance through experimenting to innovate a new creative space for compelling stories to be told. Ms. Sabanitha is also a director on CFA's production company and was the artistic director for its dance theatre production titles Prakriti Vikriti, presented at the Esplanade Theatre on the occasion of the annual CFA's festival in 2022. We would now like to invite Ms. Sabanitha on stage to say a few words, please.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. My humble pranams to Auntie Usha Rani, who all of us, in one way or other, would have come across her and experienced her for life. Auntie, whom all of us fondly called her, she was a force. She was a real force. And she continues to be a force to all of us. The way she, her zest for life, the way she inspired all of us, the way she motivated us, her love for dance. Dance was her life. Vanakkam, namaskaram, and good evening to all of you. Thank you for having me here, Sudha, Gopi, Chitra, and Kumar. It is indeed my pleasure to be here today because I go back a very, very, very long way with Auntie. We go back a long way. And sitting here this evening in that row G, the amount, Auntie's love, and I keep repeating this, her love for life and dance, it was so obvious. There was just so much high energy flowing through the whole auditorium tonight. Auntie's legacy continues to live even now, and I'm sure for a very, very, very long time to come. I would just like to take a few minutes just to say a few words about the two young dancers, Devashini and Yashravani. Two very young girls whom today presented their arangeram in front of this whole audience. It is indeed a milestone for them in their lives, not just in dance, but in their lives. And there were a few things that I observed about these two girls that I must point out today. One was the way they complemented each other on stage. They clearly had such wonderful chemistry, and the way they danced together was beautiful. Two, their talam. Hats off to them. They had amazing sense of talam, irrespective of the speed of the jadis. And I think tonight the musicians, you really put them to the test. These girls, it was amazing. They really held their talam so well. I don't know if the girls are able to hear me in the green room, but if you are, well done to you girls. It was amazing the way you held your talam, despite the musicians challenging you all today. The other was your sense of confidence. I was very impressed with your sense of confidence, your calmness, the level of confidence that you demonstrated from the time you entered stage with the Pushpanjali. It was very obvious, girls, that when you did the Jadiswaram, and in the opening Jadi, that speed, Sri Devi, it was amazing the way the girls executed that opening Jadi at that speed. And I thought, okay, they didn't need any more warming up. They were ready for the Varnam. So well done, girls. And lastly, it was their sense, not just confidence, but that amazing calm about them. And they made this stage their playground. And it was so obvious because they just enjoyed themselves. They enjoyed what they were doing. And that beautiful bhavam that came out on their faces, the expression, well done to you girls. Auntie's legacy certainly continues to live on. I also want to take a moment to talk a little bit about the musicians tonight. Lazer, Ghana, Sajid, Lavanya, Sridevi, Ragesh. Wonderful ensemble, and they definitely deserve a round of applause tonight. What beautiful music. And in every performance, whether it's an arangeram or a normal performance, it is always incomplete without the music. Although the dance is the soul, the music is the breath. And together, that's what makes a beautiful experience for us, the Rasikas. We get to enjoy the journey. We get to enjoy every moment on stage because of the chemistry between the musicians and the dancers. And in an arangeram, the musicians play a very important role because they're not here to just perform. They travel the journey with the dancers every step of the way. They understand the pain of the dancers. They understand the high moments, the low moments of the dancers. They know when to motivate the dancers, even on stage as the performance is happening. And so a good ensemble is always so important. And tonight, this is what we have, a great ensemble. Thank you very much. I also want to talk about the parents. The day you decided and you made the decision to get this arangeram up, that was the day your journey started. You would have gone through many, many, many challenges along the way, I'm very sure. But tonight, as you saw the fruits of your labor unfold, I am sure it's a moment you will never forget. And I could actually feel both Chitra and Sudha. I could sense that emotional moment when you first saw your two girls on stage in the Pushpanjali. So that was beautiful. And I want to thank you and congratulate you in believing in your daughters, in giving them that encouragement, motivating them, putting up with every moment of their ups and downs, and being with them through thick and thin. Chitra, Kumar, Gopi, and Sudha, thank you very much for that. You too deserve a round of applause, and congratulations to the four of you as well. No arangeram or performance is complete without the many people behind the scenes who make this whole show a success. I'm sure after Auntie, the last 3 months would have been very challenging for the senior girls as well as the two young girls today. And I want to mention especially Sindhu. I hope I get your names right because, yeah, you know, sometimes when I myself am on stage, you know, you kind of go a little blank. Sindhu, Uma, I'm sure, as the girls have mentioned, you've both been great mentors to them. You've encouraged them every step of the way, and you've done a wonderful job. Along with them, I believe there was also Trina and Lavanya, who were also traveling this journey with the girls. I don't know where you girls are. If you're backstage, please do come forward, because you definitely deserve a round of applause for continuing in the footsteps of Auntie Usha Rani. Thank you very much for keeping up to her legacy. Are the girls here backstage? Come on, girls. This is your moment. Please do come forward. It is important. There you are. Well done. What happened? Where's... Yeah, okay. Where is she? She's somewhere around. Okay, so these are the young ladies who believed in what Auntie was doing and believe that they will continue to do what she has been doing. She has taught you all well, and well done, girls. Good job on what you all are doing. Very well. And then, of course, I want to make mention of the makeup artists who made the girls look as pretty as they were today and they are today. To Selvi Naga, who did such a fantastic job on dressing the girls up. And of course, to the technical team, Kalei and his team, for giving such wonderful light to create the beautiful ambience. And of course, to the audio as well, for ensuring that we got the best out of the music. And with that, I would like to say thank you for your patience. Thank you for allowing me to share what I felt I had to share. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing justice. And I shall hand over the mic now to the two young MCs who've been doing a completely great job this evening. Well done, Uma and Talaga.
Thank you, Ms. Sabanita. May we request you to remain on stage, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, the parents of Devashini and Yashavini would now like to take this opportunity to express their heartfelt gratitude and present a small token of appreciation to Ms. Sabanita. Thank you, parents. Thank you, Ms. Sabanita.